Looking at what is unfolding at this moment, Mahua Moitra looks like she's likely to return to the Lok Sabha, into the parliament, and that's going to be a huge, huge development. And this is something where we can expect more fireworks. At this moment, Mr. Bhadra, the Trinamool Congress is leading in 31 seats, and the INC has managed to get 1 seat. Raisha, this is a contest that's really open. State after state, what you're looking at is that it has thrown up surprises. Something that no one predicted, especially the pollsters just did not predict
absolutely, I was just coming to that. Something which is not in tandem with what the exit poll said. But from West Bengal, let's shift our focus to Uttar Pradesh, for which we have with us Dharamjot Kaur. Dharamjot, UP is turning out to be the biggest upset for the BJP. BJP has garnered 36 seats and the Samajwadi Party 33. Talk to us as to why is BJP trailing in the northern Hindi-speaking belt, and perhaps how do you assess India Bloc's big rise in Uttar Pradesh?
Well, Raisha, this is $1 million question that everyone is asking at this point, right from political analysts to political leaders themselves. What is it that went wrong for the Bharatiya Janata Party and right for the India Bloc in the state of Uttar Pradesh, the state that actually has the single largest number of seats in the parliament when it comes to representation in the Lok Sabha? So a very interesting dynamics that are playing out, completely unprecedented. We're seeing a split mandate, if we compare it to 2019, the BJP had 62 seats. The Samajwadi Party at only 5. So from that, we've come down to, a 50-50 mandate at this point between the BJP and the SP. And as far as the entire India Bloc is concerned, they are leading with over 40 seats, in their kitty at the moment. Of course, counting is still underway, so it is still early to say in terms of which way this goes. But given the trends, very big surprise. And, it's interesting you're asking in terms of why this is happening. Two major factors that seem to have really influenced the vote bank in Uttar Pradesh. One, obviously, being a bit of caste identity politics that has been at the fray for many years to come. Now, in 2019, we did see a sort of sentiment where the national leader or the national party or the entire national interest played a big role. But in this particular election, we're seeing a more state-specific, a more local, sort of outlook in terms of how the voters have cast their franchise. So the issues that are near and dear, to their homes are what have really been at the center of the ballot this time. And it's also important to note that we've been talking about Haryana and Punjab, in terms of the farmers' stir and the farmers' agitation that took place first in 2020 and even ongoing now since February. But what we forget is that the farmers in Uttar Pradesh had a very big role and representation during the year-long protests that we saw from 2020 to 2021 as well. So, the aftermath of that stir and the fact that the bills were rolled back, the protest, was massive and it went on for over 365 days. The aftermath of that is still being felt in the state of Uttar Pradesh as well, which also has a very high, farmer percentage in the state.
Absolutely.
And also the entire identity surrounding, the Yadav caste, the Yadav identity, how the Samajwadi Party, has also played into that factor, given that, they're the Yadav family that represent the state for so long.
Absolutely.
So, the entire trend of how, they're clawing their way back to power this time, that is what has, triggered the split mandate that we're seeing in the state of Uttar Pradesh.
Right. Thank you, Dharam, for joining us on the show and sharing your insights. Well, Saleh, it does look like it is an election which was not expected, with UP turning out of the biggest upset for BJP. Swing states like West Bengal and Maharashtra stalling BJP's march to 300.
Absolutely, no one expected these numbers. The pollsters most definitely did not expect some of the big key swing states that we've been talking about. Like, for instance, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Haryana. These have all turned true. And even the state of Karnataka to a very large extent, where people are saying that, listen, the BJP will not be able to come back with the similar kind of numbers that they were expecting. That has not happened as well. My colleague Disha Shah is also joining us on the broadcast. Disha, in Maharashtra, this of course is a big moment. It's a huge sort of a jump that the Congress and its alliance, the Shiv Sena and the NCP, have managed to get, because they seem to be leading at this moment on at least about 25 of the 48 seats.
Well, there has been an update in the numbers as per the 12:30 p.m. early trends. The MVA is leading on 30 out of total 48 seats, whereas the Mahayuti, which is the NDA here in Maharashtra, is leading in 17 out of total 48 seats. So here we are talking about a big gap. We are talking about a big difference. Earlier it was hardly 4 or 5 seats difference, but now as and when the counting process is going on, we are looking at these numbers, and this is quite interesting because the exit poll had some different numbers altogether. And just recently we also heard Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut claiming that the exit poll predictions is set to secure 295 Lok Sabha seats. In fact, the INDIA bloc. He also spoke about that the picture is that MVA will be ahead in Maharashtra and the INDIA alliance will win at least 295 seats. So this is the sort of confidence that the MVA is having at this point.
Absolutely, indeed, Disha. Do continue to stay on with us. Mr. Upadhyay, you've been with us right through the morning, and what we are looking at is something that literally none of the pollsters managed to get right. You know, the Congress party is really in the game at the moment. The BJP is not out. They are still the single largest party. But there are some interesting developments that are happening in Karnataka that you want to tell
I've got
about.
some big stories coming out of Karnataka. Dr. Manjunath has beaten DK Suresh. This DK Shivkumar's brother, and you know, who is such a powerful candidate there. And Dr. Manjunath, who was the cardiologist who made a big name as a Jayadeva Institute director, and he seems to have beaten 1.9 lakh votes.
That's a big margin.
That's a big margin. And then Kumaraswamy from Mandya has again won by more than 2 lakh votes. So if these two seats have gone in favor of opposition, and it's a big setback for Shivkumar.
Been a JDS stronghold. That's one of the things.
No, that's right. But in 2023 assembly election, they were wiped out. JDS was wiped out, and the Congress was because DK Shivkumar. Now it has been reversed, and then you have various other in Bellary. The Congress has won.
Right.
Tukaram has won by a big margin, and then Udupi Chikmagalur, Srinivas Pujari has won of the BJP. Chitradurga, surprisingly, the BJP has won, and Tumkur, Somanna has won, BJP. So there has been very mixed reactions, and as of now, BJP is leading in 16, Congress in 10, and JDS 2. That's what the
one other state that I'm pretty sure a lot of people are watching what the numbers will be panning out is in the state of Gujarat, where for the BJP in the last 10 years seems to be losing 2 seats. The Congress in the last 10 years for the very first time seems to be gaining 2 seats. This is the home state of the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and this is something that the Congress will be looking at very, very closely indeed.